Welcome to Masterlist, and in this video, we are going to take a look at the top 5 worst natural disasters in history, ranked from lowest to the highest estimated death toll. Violent natural disasters have always been a part of human lives. Sometimes entire civilizations have perished in unimaginable ways due to the wrath of Mother Nature. The stories of these tragedies are now only visible in the forms of ancient ruins and buried cities. The ancient Mediterranean island of Thera, which is now known as Santorini, is a part of Greece. For example, experienced a catastrophic volcanic eruption that eradicated the entire Minoan civilization around 600 BC. The exact number of fatalities caused by these events can never be known, but thanks to historians and record journals, we have an estimate of the death toll now. Here are the top 5 of the worst disasters in history. So let's get started right now. Number 5. The 2010 Haiti earthquake. On 12th January 2010, an earthquake of magnitude 7 on the Richter scale struck the Caribbean country of Haiti. The earthquake was so catastrophic in nature that it is still considered one of the 3 deadliest quakes of all the time. An estimated 3 million people were affected by the earthquake. As per the latest figures released by the government, about 316,000 people lost their lives in this disastrous event. In the next few days, at least 52 aftershocks measuring 4.5 or greater had been recorded. The event damaged nearly 250,000 residences and about 30,000 commercial buildings. The existing poverty and housing conditions increased the death toll from the disaster. Amongst the widespread devastation, the vital infrastructure necessary to respond to the disaster was severely damaged or destroyed. This included all hospitals in the capital, air, sea, and land transport facilities and communication systems. The affected people were literally stranded without any access to any rapid response system. Many government and public buildings were destroyed, including the Palace of Justice, the National Assembly, the Supreme Court, and Port-au-Prince Cathedral. The National Palace was severely damaged, though the president and his wife were able to escape without injury. The prison Civil de Port-au-Prince was also destroyed, allowing around 4,000 inmates to escape. Number 4. The 1970 Bhola cyclone. The cyclone that triggered a civil war and resulted in the creation of a country known today as Bangladesh. Yes, this is one of the worst disasters in history that completely changed the political scenario of a country. The devastating tropical cyclone Bhola struck then East Pakistan and present-day Bangladesh on November 11, 1970. To date, it remains the deadliest tropical cyclone ever recorded. At least 500,000 people lost their lives in the storm. Approximately 85% of homes in the area were destroyed or severely damaged, with the greatest destruction along the coast. The storm wiped out entire villages, and the most severely affected area, Tazumuddin, lost over 45% of its population, that is 167,000 people in the district of Thana alone. The Pakistani government was severely criticized for its handling of relief operations following the disaster. The opposition Awami League gained a landslide victory during general elections held that December, partially a result of the national government's failed relief efforts. This, combined with the continuing unrest between East Pakistan and the central government, triggered the Bangladesh Liberation War, which widened into the Indo-Pakistani War of 1971. The war concluded with the creation of the state of Bangladesh in December 1971. Number 3. The 1556 Sanghi earthquake. On 23rd January 1556, the province of China was hit by the deadliest earthquake ever recorded in history. Later scientific investigation revealed that the magnitude of the quake was approximately 8.0 to 8.3. As the earthquake struck a densely populated area with poorly constructed buildings and homes, this resulted in a horrific death toll. According to records, approximately 830,000 people lost their lives in the disaster. An 840-kilometer wide area was destroyed, and in some places, as much as 60% of the population was killed. In some places, 60-foot deep crevices opened in the earth. The local records indicate that, in addition to inspiring searches for the causes of earthquakes, this particular quake led the people in the region affected to search for ways to minimize the damage caused by such disasters. Thus, in the aftermath of the 1556 quake, many of the stone buildings that had been leveled were replaced with buildings made of softer, more earthquake-resistant materials such as bamboo and wood. Number 2. The 1887 Yellow River floods. In the last 2000 years, the Yangtze River has flooded more than 1000 times. But it is the Huanghe or Yellow River that has been responsible for China's most catastrophic floods. The 1887 Yellow River flood was a devastating flood on the Yellow River, Huanghe in China. This river is prone to flooding due to the elevated nature of the river. The flood, which began in September 1887, killed at least 900,000 people, making it one of the worst natural disasters ever recorded. Due to the massive property destruction and the loss of life it has caused, the Yellow River has been dubbed China's sorrow by Westerners. Because of the low-lying plains near the area, the flood spread very quickly throughout northern China, covering an estimated 50,000 square miles, swallowing agricultural settlements and commercial centers. After the flood, 2 million were left homeless. The resulting pandemic and lack of basic essentials claimed as many as lives those lost directly to the flood. So far, the Yellow River has killed close to 4 million people due to flooding. Number 1. The 1931 China floods. The 1931 China floods or the 1931 Yangtze Huai River floods were a series of floods that occurred from June to August 1931 in the Republic of China, hitting major cities such as Wuhan, Nanjing and beyond. Around a tenth of Chinese population was affected and over 2 million people died, either by drowning or by the subsequent famine and epidemics. The Yangtze River overtopped its banks as spring snowmelt mingled with over 600 millimeters of rain that fell during the month of July alone. The official report stated about 140,000 people drowned and claims that 2 million people died during the flood, having drowned or died from the lack of food. A cholera epidemic in the subsequent year, from May 1932, was officially reported to have caused 31,974 deaths and another 100,000 cases. This makes the 1931 China floods the worst natural disaster ever seen in history. Mother Nature has her own ways of reminding us how powerful she is. So guys, those were the worst natural disasters in history. Tell us in the comments if you know of any more. If you have liked the video, drop a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more such interesting stuff. This is Master List. See you in the next one.